Everybody, and welcome to the fifth episode of the third season of Kings Connected. My name is Dylan Baker. In our past few episodes earlier this summer, we had a chance to talk to guys who had signed with Komoka for the upcoming campaign. And with the season getting underway later this week on Friday in St. Thomas and then at home on Saturday against the Chatham Maroons, we'll talk to the man who has just been named captain of the Komoka Kings, and that man is Chris Crocker. Chris spent last year in Komoka, his first in the GOJHL, where he compiled 20 points in 43 games with the Kings. We're very excited to talk to Chris. We know he's excited to have just received this honor. So without further ado, let's bring him in. Here is Chris Crocker. Joining me now is Chris Crocker, the new captain of the Komoka Kings. Chris, thanks so much for doing this. How are you today?
Not bad, Dylan. Thanks. How are you?
I'm good as well. Let's dive right into things. Let's not waste any time. You were just recently named the captain of the Komoka Kings for the 2022-2023 season. How does it feel?
It's an honor. It's an honor. It's first and foremost, all I can say is I really appreciate the management staff for giving me this opportunity. It's a great organization. When I came in last year, it was so welcoming, even though I came to the team pretty late. All the guys in the team are great. Even the new guys coming in, I've had a chance to talk to a couple of them, and everyone seems like great guys. I think we're going to have a really good year this year.
Awesome. Well, let's talk a little bit about how this process went. Did you kind of have an idea that you were a guy they were looking at for captain of the team this year?
I didn't know captain wise. When we had our end of year interviews last year, and I talked with Roop in case we were talking about how I could be more of a leadership role next year. So I wasn't really thinking captain. I thought there's a chance I might get an A. And then kind of as the summer went over, Roop and I started talking a bit more. And then during one of our summer skates, he pulled me into the room and we had a nice talk, and he let me know that I was going to be the captain this year, which I was just thrilled to hear.
That's awesome. Let's talk a little bit about last year. You mentioned you joined the team a little bit late. The organization was super welcoming. It was the most successful regular season since the move to Komoka, for the team finishing with a 500 record at 22-22-4. What was that year like, your first in Komoka?
It was awesome. It was everything I wanted it to be. Coming off a COVID year when I was playing with the St. Thomas Stars, we were only practicing once a week. I was, to be honest, almost debating quitting hockey after that season, but he was good friends with Darius Manning on the team last year, and he convinced me to come over to Komoka to give it a shot. So once we got that trade finalized and we came over, I could tell right away that the team was going to be good. A lot of the guys in the room just clicked, and I think we had good chemistry out there, and coaches were giving me the opportunity to play, and my confidence grew as well as the rest of the team. And I and the team, I think, had our best ever seasons.
That's awesome. Talk to me a little bit about last year. I mean, you mentioned you were debating quitting hockey after the COVID year where you were just practicing once a week with St. Thomas. How good did it feel to get back on the ice full time? I know there was a break in January there, but how good did it feel to be back on the ice?
It was awesome. It was just when I had that moment of doubt where I didn't know if I wanted to keep playing, it was because I'd forgotten about the games and how much the team bonded and just everything that went on the year before. Like I wasn't feeling the same, but once I got back out there and we started to do everything that I'd done my whole life growing up, fell in love with the sport again, and it was a really good feeling.
I know many in the Kings organization are glad that you fell back in love with the sport of hockey. Last year, for Kings fans that watched you on the ice, they knew you were a mobile guy. You had great speed. You were able to make plays and make things happen on both ends of the ice. Is there a guy that you really enjoy watching play or that you model your game after?
I wouldn't necessarily model my game after anyone specifically. I do just try to play my own game the way I've always played it. I will say probably the closest one would be, since I'm from Toronto, I really like watching Morgan Riley. I think he's a great defenseman out there on the ice. He's offensive. He can move the puck. He's good with his feet, and he's also good defensively. So I think all around, say Morgan Riley is my go-to guy.
Morgan Riley, pretty talented guy. So you got a Riley jersey in the background there. So
Yeah,
should have guessed that
right
one
there.
with that question. What have you been doing throughout the offseason to kind of get yourself ready for this year?
This year, I knew, well, going into last season, I was pretty out of shape. And I didn't want to feel that way again. So I was just trying my best to keep my cardio up and keep my diet going pretty well throughout the season, just so I could hit the ground running this year.
Nice. This season, I know it's been a short first impression of the team, just the preseason, the skates throughout the summer a little bit. What have your first impressions been of the team that the Kings have this year?
I think we're going to be really good. I think, to be honest with at first, I think obviously a couple preseason games didn't go our way, but I think that's just the guys getting to know each other on the ice. And we've got a couple young forwards now up front. And I think once they get more games under their belts, they're going to grow some confidence. They're going to start clicking with each other. And then I think from there, we're really going to take off.
A few new guys on the back end this year for Komoka, but mainly in the forward group. There are a lot of new, young, fresh faces there, so the team will grow as the year goes along. What are your expectations, both for yourself and the team this year?
I think for myself and for the team, I just hope that we improve from last year. I know personally, there were some things last year that I wasn't able to fully do, and those are things that I'm looking forward to trying to improve on for next year. I know the same with the team. I would really like to have an even better season than last year, even though it was so good. I think overall, if we just improve, I'll be happy.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for doing this, Chris, and congratulations once again.
Thanks, Dylan.
That was my interview with Chris Crocker, the new captain of the Komoka Kings. And in talking to Chris, you can feel his excitement to have received this honor. He's very grateful that the Kings front office and coaching staff have bestowed the C upon him for this upcoming season. His goal this year is just to see continued growth for himself and the team. He mentioned last year was the best season that he's had in a while, and one of the better years for the Komoka Kings as an organization as well in the regular season, especially statistically the best season since the move to Komoka, being a 500 team in the regular season last year. And we're excited to see what the Kings can do, guided by Chris on and off the ice in the upcoming season. Once again, a big thank you to Chris Crocker for joining the show, and a thank you to everyone for watching and listening. The Kings season gets underway this Friday in St. Thomas against the Stars at 7:30 at the Joe Thornton Community Center, and then the Kings are at home on Saturday to take on the Chatham Maroons in the 2022-2023 home opener. Thank you all once again for watching and listening. My name is Dylan Baker, and we'll talk to you again very soon.